was kind of rough. But basically, the story of the game is that they're able to just move backwards and forwards. Like here, whenever they're able to just bait the members of Rebellion, they're the ones who start falling over. All right, everything just you make them miss and then you make them pay. That is RRQ's way of playing, and you can see it again later in the late game as well. When the fight is just straightforward like that, Rebellion Zion, they have a bit more of an edge, and this is that moment, man. Skylar just wasn't expecting the damage. He wasn't expecting the magical damage from the Astrosphere as well. No Skylar, no damage. Everyone is still trying to do something, but everyone from the side of Rebellion is just way too tanky.
I think it's just Rebellion Zion is just not patient enough just to target Skylar, because he is the key of RRQ in the sustained team fight, in the longer team fights, and they always pull the trigger even though they don't have Skylar in the bag. I think that's the problem, and I think it kind of makes sense, you know, they're a bit of a, compared to RRQ, the experience just shows, and you know, I think patience is just the name of the game just now.
This is just a very intense moment right here. The moment RRQ were able to sort of recover. Here we go. Look at the fight, man. Everyone is just separated, and eventually you see that Audi and Heist, they were just quite confused, and Clay shows up and saves the day. Just like that. This is the problem with a composition that is too combo-oriented, man. Like, you can see that even if right there, Heist uses the Whizzing Duet, everyone uses their ultimates. Technically, the fight is already lost. You cannot use those spells for a single person. So when RRQ turned the aggression against Rebellion instead, now Rebellion are the ones confused on like, oh.
As we take a look into the highlights, the Impact players way slow with that Yves. 92% kill participation, by the way. This is the Yves that you're looking for as your mid laner. In the early game, there's some flashes of RRQ brilliance. This match though, like, this is a really bad engage. That is a weird one, man. Like, going in for a Franco, knowing that there's some backup right there with Slayer's way slow too, with real manipulation, it can punish you up quite easily. It's probably like the only Divine Judgment that I'd say is like a plus for RRQ. I haven't seen any other Divine Judgment that can really turn the table around for the Kingdom.
Well, you can see that here. This is the kind of formula they require to win out in the fights, man. When they can dive into the back line and everyone really isn't fighting, you know, when Rebellion Zion can't really pick off one by one. But here, look at that, 2 members against 4. You cannot let Rebellion get that, especially when the Lord is spawning. That was just a huge, huge blunder. And for what? A tier 2 turret? That really was not the play at all. And here, you saw that there was a chance, man. There was a combo lined up right there, but it wasn't working. Banana tried his best. He was able to actually get so much value on this Yuzong pick, but it was not enough. It needs to be a whole team effort, or it won't be good enough.
Yeah, don't forget, Versik actually used that wild charge. Hit the wall, unfortunately. Didn't get that AoE properly down to actually hit any of the Rebellion members across that wall. And honestly, we gotta give props to Audi, because sure, maybe when it comes to KP, not as much as Sway Low, but look at his targeting. Always just
can't really do much. As you can see here, the highlight from the first game. It was back and forth in the early game, but in the last...
Oh, man.
Oh, this is very unfortunate, man. Like, the fact that Swaylo knows, like, the limit, the hitbox, like, that was very close to Clay getting away. That is very risky, but in the end, it paid off. For the most part, Clay, look at this. 0-3-0. He hasn't had a kill or an assist. Like, after 3 deaths, that is crazy, especially from Clay.
I mean, you can also make the argument that, like, as much as Russ is concerned, with Clay playing so aggressively, the Kadiras, the Valentinas, on the Farsa today, he just gets caught out again and again. And of course, Rebellion Zion made sure that that was the case, but man, it was so difficult for him to have any kind of impact in this game, dude.
I mean, you're a Farsa that's already immobile when you use all... Oh, and these
that was
shots.
Scary.
Scary.
I guess that is what the Irrital was supposed to do in game number 1 from RRQ, I believe, right? Just outburst the backlines.
This moment.
But it was too difficult, man. Yeah, right here when Skylar is back, but he's just way too low. Just can't get anything done.
Yeah, Blazing Duet doesn't really do anything because he is not really facing anything because he's very low. And that is courtesy of Cars with the engage in the bottom lane. As Kyler, he has to, like, he is very capable of using BMI and just juggling his way out of any damage that is coming.